we've got one more. Debbie Van Gorder, our OEA Education Support Professional of the Year, is a paraprofessional at Lakeside Junior High in Ashtabula, where she has worked since 2008. Debbie has held numerous leadership roles in her local, including as a member of the local's executive board and crisis team. Debbie truly cares for every student in her district and regularly volunteers to give back to her school community, including running an after-school tutoring program, feeding student athletes prior to away games, and organizing the Girls Circle, a weekly program that provides girls in her district with emotional support and a safe place to work through their feelings. When asked about Debbie, her coworkers said that she is one of the very few people that students at the junior high seek out as a source of comfort and information. Debbie's nomination was submitted with numerous recommendation letters from both her fellow union members and district administrators. Each letter further highlighted the fact that Debbie is a committed educator, strong union advocate, and an all-around wonderful person. I had the opportunity to meet her last night and have a great conversation with her, and that was evident just in that conversation. Please join me in honoring the recipient of the OEA Education Support Professional of the Year, award winner for 2022, Debbie Van Gorder.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm honored, I'm humbled. Wow. I can stand up in front of a whole cafeteria full of football players and, athletes and not miss a beat, but this is kind of overwhelming for me. I'm not a public speaker. But I'm honored. I thank you all for this honor. I'm a happily married mother of 7 kids, 4 girls and 3 boys, and at lunchtime, my friends will attest to the fact that they were blowing up my phone with well wishes and telling me how proud they were of me. And to hear from your kids that they're proud of you, I can't even tell you how much that means to me, because I'm proud of each and every one of mine, and sometimes you don't know. So it's nice to hear that they're proud of me. Like he said, I've been a member of the Ashtabula Classified School Employees for 14 years. I'm a building rep for the high school and junior high. For the last 2 years, I've served on the executive board, and I was also a member of the crisis team during some failed negotiation attempts. Attended the virtual NEOEA mega conference this year, and also received a scholarship to attend the 2022 NEA ESP conference in New Orleans. That was wild and crazy. It was a lot of fun, but there was so much energy and so much knowledge at that event. It's stuff that I will carry with me forever. It was amazing. I'm also going to Leadership Academy next month, so some of you will see me there. I've been at Ashtabula's area city schools for almost 15 years. Spent my first several years subbing, getting hired, getting riffed, again and again and again. But I stuck it out. I was really happy when I finally landed a full-time position, but it was in preschool. Not my thing. Preschoolers are scary. Those of you that do preschool, good for you. Can't do it. A few years later, I had the opportunity to get a job full-time at the junior high with a young man who had oppositional defiant disorder. It was tough, but we stuck it out, the both of us, and we found common ground. By the end of the third 9 weeks, a child who I was told would never present in front of class was making speeches in front of class, would never do group work, was working in groups. We just learned a way to get around what was bothering him, and the end of every day, our free period is 7th period, it's an enrichment period, I would take him to one of the empty classrooms, and the teacher in there had a Keurig, and we would sip hot chocolate and work on all his schoolwork so that he would stay caught up, because he didn't have the support at home that he should have had. So that's how we found each other. We connected over hot chocolate. The old adage of kids don't care how much you know until you know that you care. That's how I live my career, my life. I love my kids, and my friends will attest to that. My kids are everything. My own kids and the kids at the school. Let's see. I'm currently working as a classroom parapro in a cross-categorical unit. We're partially self-contained, but I do push out with some of my kids into regular ed classes. We're trying to do that more and more, and they're doing an amazing job. But I have one particular student who is supposedly nonverbal with autism, who, I mean, he's just my heart. You know, you're not supposed to have favorites, but sometimes you can't help it. He goes into band. He pushes out into band because he's a phenomenal snare drum player. He likes playing percussion. He had never spoken to me. One day, he knew it was time for band. It was third period. The bell rang, and I was doing whatever. He stood at the door, and he said, "Hey, Miss V, band." I didn't even know he knew my name. I really didn't know. I mean, that was just like, that was our first point of connection. We walk the track when it's nice out, if we ever get good weather. And this same young man was walking the track with me, and I hadn't been able to go to band with him that day because we had another pair out. And I asked him, "What did you play in band today?" And he said, "American Pie." And I said, "That's not what you're working on. What song did you play in band?" And he said, "American Pie." And I said, "Do you want to sing American Pie?" And he said, "Yes." So we walked that track one more time, and he knew every word to American Pie, and we sang the whole song. It was amazing. That's what connections are. That's what's important. It was so powerful. I was in tears singing American Pie with this young man. Like was said, I also run an after-school program through After School Discovery at the junior high. Club 212 is what we have for all of our athletes, because most of our athletes would not be able to get back to practices. So we've started this program where they can stay after school, they get a snack, we do some tutoring with them, they get homework help, and they get the opportunity to play sports, which is so important to so many of our young men especially, that they got to keep the grades up if they want to play sports. Then we also have our Quest program that offers enrichment programs like cooking, kindness club, personal fitness, drone flying, which is super cool to fly drones around the school, and more, and we offer that to other students. But the one thing that I'm most passionate about, besides the kids in my own classroom, is Girl Circle. I've been practicing social emotional learning before it was the current buzzword. I've been running circles for about 10 years now, and Girl Circle is a curriculum from One Circle Foundation, and it's just an amazing course. If you've never heard of it, look it up. It's so powerful. But I meet 3 times a week, last period of the day, with our frequent flyers, we like to call them, girls that have gotten in trouble over and over again. And I give them a safe place, somewhere they can actually talk, they can get to know each other. Some of them are enemies outside of this circle, but we talk to each other, we do some crafts, we do a lot of journaling, and I just let them speak and listen to each other, working on better ways to deal with their anger, besides fighting, find out who they truly are. And we talk about stereotypes, bullying, social media, all kinds of things. And then I also have a group of girls that meet one night a week after school for like an hour and a half. So I try to reach these girls so that they find there's more out there for them, and they don't always have to be doing what everybody else wants them to do. Working with junior high kids is my passion. They're not as scary as preschoolers. I love the connections I make with the kids. I'm the go-to person for just about anything. It's always, "Miss V, do you have a hair tie? Miss V, you got a Band-Aid? Miss V, I need a hug." I'm a listening ear. They can come to me anytime, and they know that. They'll come to my door, and they'll tap at the classroom door, and they, love to come in. Connections are so important at that age. They just need to know that somebody cares about them. We never see ourselves as other people see us, I don't think. I do what I do because I love my job. I love my students and all the hugs I get all day long, but I don't do it for recognition. That being said, I want to thank Diana Charters, the treasurer of our local union, for the nomination. And I also want to thank my buddy Tammy LaPlante, front and center over here, the treasurer of our local union, for helping me through this process. Tammy's my knitting buddy and my road, don't cry, my knitting buddy and my road trip partner. They both helped me grow. I'm thankful to have them as friends. I want to thank Mr. Ansevitz, who's our building principal, who believes in family first and has created a workplace that truly is a family. And Mrs. Boyarski, our assistant principal, who shows so much love and compassion for our students, but sets high expectations for them also. And last but not least, I want to thank Mrs. Stacy Gankis, who's our 7th grade language arts teacher. She's been my friend and my inspiration for over a decade. She lives her life to help struggling students academically and emotionally. She sets the bar high, and her students rise to meet her expectations. Most of all, she loves her students unconditionally, and they become her kids for life. I could not do what I do without the love and support I get from everybody in my district. When people would ask me what I did at the school, or ask if I was a teacher, I'd always say, nah, I'm just a para. But that's not true, because I'm a paraprofessional. It's important. It's an important job. And if you take nothing else from this little speech of mine, know that you're each so appreciated, and you're not just a custodian or just an administrative assistant, just a nutrition service worker, just a bus driver, or whatever your job title might be. You're the lifeblood of the school. You are the people that the kids seek out, the first person they see in the morning, the last one they see at night. You feed them, you get them home and to school safely, you teach them. We're all educators, and you all matter. You matter to me, you're educational support professionals, and thank you again from the bottom of my heart.
Debbie, you are an inspiration, and the passion that you bring to your work, the love of your students, really does, I think, lift all of us up when there are a lot of reasons to sometimes feel down. And so it is my incredible honor to present you with the OEA ESP of the Year Award and a token of our appreciation to you. Congratulations. So let's close. Take it. Let's hold this.